the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw for the end zone goal.
Live from the Raising Cane studio, it's Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. Hour number 3 of OTB here on a Wednesday morning. Hood Dental Care, always bringing you our Wednesday shows, hooddentalcare.com. Before we get to what you just went and did, I want to remind you about our friends over at Ochsner. Stay connected to your health on the go with My Ochsner app. Your care right in the palm of your hand. It is simple, it is secure, and built to make accessing health care easier every single day. With My Ochsner, you can view your test results, medications, allergies, and visit summaries anytime you need them. You can schedule appointments, reschedule visits. You can request to get those prescriptions refilled. You can even launch virtual care visits from home. No travel, no waiting room. You can also review and pay your bills, check insurance information, and get reminders so you never miss an appointment or an important follow-up. It's all about convenience, control, and saving you time. Giving you 24/7 access to your health and keeping you connected with your care team every step of the way. Take control of your health today. Download the My Ochsner app or visit them at ochsner.org/myochsner to get started. My Ochsner app, ochsner.org/myochsner. Matthew finally went and got the energy drinks. Shout out to Matthew.
Did it.
Out of breath.
I take back some of the things I said about you, Matt.
Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that.
I mean, guys, we got the punk punch, which I've had.
Not
excellent.
A big deal.
We got
You must have got one of the limited releases.
probably. We got Voodoo Grape,
Okay.
and then we got Ultra Wild Passion. Guys, if there's something about me,
Yeah.
I am known for my Ultra Wild Passion. Maybe show up on the way in July, if you know what I mean. But
No,
we got all three, so we're excited. Thank you, Matthew.
What happened earlier? Why did Taylor's desk rise?
You're talking about Brooks and Dunn.
Oh, yeah, Brooks and Dunn. Sorry.
Yeah.
Ultra Wild Passion guy.
Yep. When the
Slap
sun
on-
goes
slap.
down on my side of town.
Slap on that Brooks and Dunn, baby.
LSU baseball won last night.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Run ruled Louisiana
Electric.
Tech,
Hell yeah.
15-5.
They scored 15 runs?
They
Well, they probably tore
scored
the cover off the ball.
15 runs. Yeah, well, there was some
Dingers.
old errors by the old Bulldogs. Louisiana Tech now drops to 15-11 on the year. LSU improves to 17-9. There's not going to be like a ton of takeaways. I mean, your starting pitcher went 2/3 of an inning, right? So not a ton of takeaways like off the mound. A lot of different guys pitched for you. Only, I think, 3 people actually pitched at least a full inning in this game for LSU. If you're going to try to find something in the lineup, Jake Brown hit. Omar continued to hit. Gurriel continued. Not continued. He certainly looked more like his old self in this game. Pearson has a couple of RBIs. But I'm just not going to get very excited about Zach York hitting a home run right now. And I know that might
But he hit two.
I know that might seem rude. I know that might seem like, wait a minute.
Do it in SEC play.
Yeah, you need his bat to catch up.
What'd they say? That was his first one in like a month. So
Yeah.
I've seen too many uncompetitive at bats and seen him
Taking
watch
too many good pitches.
I've
strike two
watched
and
him watch 3 meatballs right down the middle go by, doesn't even take the bat off his shoulders. I've watched people swing at ball 4 and get a double play off of that. Do it in SEC play.
We're ready. Like we are sitting there. We're big body gods around here. We love one. So we're ready. We're ready to cheer for you.
Every great LSU baseball
We're just
team
going
has
to
one.
we're going to hold our enthusiasm
Yeah.
until we see it a little bit more because we can't unwatch what we've seen the last couple of weeks, which hadn't been great. And I think he would probably be, if he was sitting here, he'd be the first one to tell you that.
Yeah.
Right?
Omar, go ahead.
I was gonna say, do I want to win midweek games? Yeah. Am I gonna be impressed that we did it?
Right.
Absolutely not.
Right.
Like I don't care if it's a run rule or not. Like we have not seen anything that's good in SEC play, and Louisiana Tech had 3 errors on the night that you scored off of. They walked a whole bunch of people. It was the same situation with on Friday, or I guess the Thursday night game with Oklahoma. That's why you won the game, because they had a bunch of errors and they gave you all those runs. They gave you the opportunity to do it. So, yeah, cool. 2 home runs, going 2 for 4, 4 RBI for Zach York. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Great.
Yeah,
Great.
Do it in SEC play.
We want to get excited. Taylor, did you find that video?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, so look.
Where are you about to show?
Baseball.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was
it's
about to say, I
baseball.
want to get more baseball.
No. So there was one, I watched a little bit. I was off and on kind of watching it last night. There was one of the most impressive plays I've seen this year by LSU. Omar Cerna, a head first slide into home plate last night. Did you see this?
Mm-hmm.
It was incredible. Can you show the clip?
This is Curiel at bat. Hits it off the wall in
Off the
center
wall.
field.
Omar
Look at
Cerna.
her.
Omar
Omar.
is hauling ass.
I mean, they got him dead to rights.
Yep.
I mean,
Just
a
basically
little bit
a flip.
unathletic.
No, very.
He thought he was going feet first, then he decided to go head first.
He decided last second to go feet first.
But he did the old left hand first. Nope. Take back. Reach around with the. Oh, it's great.
That slide is kind of equivalent to LSU's wins this season. You're like, I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's good. But the ending, the finish of it was fantastic.
Y'all.
Feet, nope, head first. Okay.
I tell you what, Omar
Did they
Cerna
review
Jr.'s
that?
been.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they did.
They kept it.
He
Yeah.
has been a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
He is right now the 3rd best hitter on your team as far as average, and he is quickly climbing.
Yeah.
Come on, Chad. Don't call him Slowmar.
I mean,
No, they did the same thing to Omar Spates. They called him Slowmar Spates. No, it was Matt House defense that made him
Matt
play
House.
slow.
Omar's really
That's why
good.
he's a starting linebacker for the LA Rams,
Is that good?
probably the 2nd best team in the NFL.
but no, to go back to last night, it just didn't feel dominant, at any point. Like, I understand you get a run rule win, and people could say, oh, well, Taylor, you can't dominate these teams even if you have, a big talent advantage. That's just baseball. I understand that. I get that, but this is always what it looks like. LSU has never looked dominant in these midweek games. Like, it's always, oh, yeah, you put up a lot of runs. You're just kind of going through the motion. You took advantage of the other team's mistakes, which is fine, but just last night doesn't really instill a lot of confidence. I mean, like we were just talking about, it's kind of just reminiscent of the Oklahoma series. Everybody came back and said, oh, we told you they were going to turn it around. They win 7-1. They dominate Oklahoma. It's like, guys, their starting pitcher walked 6 batters. So, you didn't do anything to beat Oklahoma in that Thursday night game. You just capitalized off of their mistakes. That's kind of what it felt like. I mean, yeah, Zach York's 2 home runs. Great. Awesome. Please do it on the weekend when it counts. And then you look at a guy like Reagan Ricken. We talked about him last week. So good in the midweek 2 weeks ago. He went 2 innings. I think he had 4 strikeouts in those 2 innings. He took a step back last night. It's just, if it's not one thing, it's another. I'm happy about the win, but I don't know if this changes a lot.
And I get someone's in the chat, you're supposed to score off other teams' mistakes. Yeah, I
Sure.
get that.
Yeah, you're right.
I absolutely get that. And I'm glad that we do. And whenever we do, we win the game. But I want to be able to win the game without Oklahoma or Louisiana Tech giving up 3-5 errors.
Yeah.
Because you
That's
can't
all I'm
rely.
saying. I get it. 100%. I was saying, we need to take advantage of the other team's mistakes, and you're doing that. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
But what about when Oklahoma does not give up any errors?
You lose 2
and
games.
And if you haven't
The point is
played,
you can't rely. You can't rely on, oh, don't worry, we'll just wait for the other team to make a mistake and score runs. You can't rely on that. You don't know that's going to happen. That's the point.
yeah, and you're absolutely right in the chat. You can't. Good teams take advantage of other teams' mistakes, but the point is, the last couple of weeks we have not been that good team that you expect to be. When you play below your expectations, yeah, you're going to be a little bit more critical, even in the wins.
Well,
right?
and I also just don't want to be a sunshine pumper.
Right.
I love LSU baseball, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, yeah, they're doing great.
Because they're not going to be like that
Yeah.
either. Jay's not going to be like that.
Yeah.
The players aren't going to say those things, right? So You got to be positive because it's still mid-March. Well, no, it's late March.
Yeah, it is really about getting right
It's
at
not even April
getting
yet,
hot
guys.
at the right time. But I mean,
It's time.
I
it
think
just
it's things that you need to see. To your point, though,
Yeah.
like it is getting hot at the right time, but you need to see progression to get to that
Right.
point, right?
yes, absolutely.
You know, just in,
Like, no, can we see you go out there and hit on the weekends, not in the midweek? Like, I don't know.
like for the pitching
And-
staff, you saw some of that development this last weekend with Case and Evans and the
Mm-hmm.
way that he threw. I think Cooper Moore, before he goes out with injury, like he was throwing well, and William Schmidt had another solid outing. It's like, but that's progressing to that. So if you get hot on the mound with your starting staff, okay. But it's like for the bats, like we can't just assume all of a sudden you snap a finger and then boom, they're hot.
Right.
Like when you go and you look at their hitting stats right now, you've got Jake Brown at 376, Derek Curiel at 337, and then it's Omar Cerna Jr. at 286.
Yeah.
You have
And
two
that's-
players hitting over 300 right
Yeah.
now in college
and-
baseball.
I was just gonna say, like, Omar, that's gonna get up above 300,
Yep.
but he just started kind of slow. But I don't know. It's just the other thing that bothers me is that I feel like they just, and you don't know what goes on behind in the locker room or behind closed doors or whatever, but it just doesn't feel like there's a lot of juice or like a lot of like fight or like, I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense.
A lot of piss and vinegar.
Yeah.
And
yeah, you
the,
need
the,
to-
the lack of leadership too. Like we had Jay on a couple weeks ago, and he mentioned Zion Theophilus, right, leaving a note in everybody's locker. Shout out to Zion for doing that. Somebody had to step up and do it. You shouldn't need a first-year pitcher who predominantly throws on midweeks to do that. Where is your veteran leadership on this team? You don't have any. You should. You got veteran players. For whatever reason, they're not stepping up and being vocal leaders.
And there's different types. There's leadership that people see, that fans can see clearly, and then there's leadership that you can't see. And I'm sure they got a lot of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you look at some of the games, and yeah, you're wanting a little bit more juice, a little bit more fist pumping, a little bit more piss and vinegar out there. You know what I would do? Get them a little bit more gritty.
What?
If I was Jay, I'd say no more wrist braces, pads, no more elbow pads, no more
No
knee
more mitts.
pads, no more ankle pads.
Yeah.
Let's take all the things that you can Velcro on your person
Yeah.
during an at-bat. Let's just take it off.
Take it off.
Let's just go with bat and gloves.
Yeah.
When you get on
Little
base,
BGs.
when you get on base, I don't have to call timeout so you can unstrap everything and hand it to the first base guy.
Right.
But wait. How am I supposed to steal and take off my shin guards, though, Matt?
That's a good point. Let's just take off the chin guards.
What am I supposed to wear?
It's a great. Need some chin straps on those helmets next.
Remember that? Growing up. The old chin
Like-
strap
Yep.
on that helmet.
Maybe a cowboy
elastic.
It was
one.
just
a little neck
it was
roll.
just a black elastic band. And when you
Yeah.
were a kid, it was too big for you anyways. It
Yeah.
hung down about 4
Oh,
inches.
that's
Yeah.
so good. I forgot.
The
about
amount
that.
of flair baseball players have now when they go to bat is a little outrageous.
Did y'all have
Were
to have
that many
masks?
people getting
We
injured?
did not.
Well, I did.
Was there that many
Right.
people getting injured on different parts of their body? I don't think
Yeah,
so.
I don't know. Barry Bonds wore it because he got hit so much. That's why he started wearing the elbow pad.
I mean, but I don't know if we got any Barry Bonds on our team.
No, I'm just, yeah.
I
He was
don't think
also
anybody's
like
doing
40.
steroids.
There's at least 3, Matt.
It's true. Let's get back to the basics. Anything with Velcro, besides batting gloves, take it off.
And Gorilla's cool. Just go out there, raw dog.
Just a little tape on the finger.
Yeah.
Let's go. Back to the basics. That's right. Damn travel ball generation.
All right, we'll take a break. And when we come back, we'll have our guy, Devin Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo, join us right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, at First American Bank and Trust, they understand that banking is personal and it should feel that way. As a locally owned and operated community bank, First American is committed to helping individuals, families, and businesses across the great state of Louisiana reach their financial goals. So whether you need personal banking, business services, or a loan to take that next step, their team is ready to help with solutions tailored to you. It's the kind of service you expect from a hometown bank with the tools and technology you need today. Visit FABT.com to learn more. First American Bank and Trust, banking on a first name basis.
That's right. Here in Louisiana, we still believe in doing business the right way. That's handshaking, look at somebody in the eye, and that's with First American Bank and Trust, a local bank making local decisions. So know your bank. Know exactly where your money is going. Not some big national company where you got to call an 800 number, dial 0 a bunch of times, say representative, blah, blah, blah. No,
Agent.
There's no phone trees, no auto-say decision, just honest banking that's built right here on Trust. First American Bank and Trust, FABT.com.
Yeah. Check it out. See, the only thing you need to do right here is just nod your freaking head. Yeah. Yeah. Break your freaking neck, boy. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go now. Where we going now? Where we going now? Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it
Off the
away,
Bench,
give it away.
presented by Hood Dental.
Just give it away. Yeah, here we go now. Tell me what you really want to do. Come here, man. Talk to me. You look like you can really give it to us.
I'm not even going to lie. Like, I thought that was it for us.
You almost had a heart attack.
I thought that was it for us.
MSJ, you can have it.
We're the Wolf Pack, so if one of us messed up, we all messed up. We're gonna have to walk out here together.
God, this is a banger.
Whew, they got me. They got me. They got me.
I thought it was just gonna
it's one
bleed
thing
it
if
out.
QB1 from the Saints says it, it's another if Busta says it because we did that.
In the laundry, we trust on that one.
Oh, you can turn it up
We
just a
knew.
little bit. I know we got Dev.
God, it's so good.
All right. Welcome back in. OTB here live from the Razor Cane studio. Let's go to the phone lines now. Our guy Devin Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo, joins us now. Dev, what's going on? How we doing? How we living?
Yo, what's up? Nice to hear Busta Rhymes, bro. What a legend. Seriously.
Legend.
I know. I've told this story on air before, Dev, but I don't think I've ever told it to you. I'll never forget my grandma takes us to like Sam Goody or one of those spots in the mall, back in the day. It's when it used to have singles, like cassette singles. And, grandma doesn't know. So, me and my brother, we go get
She don't know.
different ones, right? And I got Beck, Loser, and my brother got Busta Rhymes, got you all in check. And my parents find out, like, oh, yeah, you got one over on grandma. Let's put that in the old cassette player. Let's hear what those things have to say.
Oh,
It wasn't from Walmart. Like mine was bad, too. Like, I'm a loser, babe, so why don't you, that was bad
Yeah.
enough. But then my brother put in Busta Rhymes, and it was like, yeah, we got in trouble for that one. It wasn't the Walmart edited version.
Dude, let me tell you something. Speaking of that Walmart edited stuff, bro, when I was a kid, if my mom brought me to Walmart to buy, I was pissed. Like, it was, bro. Dude, it was Walmart and Kmart, right? And the big difference between the two was that Kmart had the cursing CDs. Like, that's why we went to Kmart.
They had the
I
cursing
forgot
CDs.
about Kmart. Oh, my God.
All right,
I rip. Pour one out for
First-
Kmart.
First two CDs I ever got in my life, I'll never forget this. My mom shoplifted both of them. And one was Afro Man, and the second one was Outkast Stankonia, both from Kmart, both cursing versions, both shoplifted.
Wait. Did you know in the moment she was shoplifting?
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Just keep walking, baby. Just keep walking.
I mean, she was putting them in her purse. You know?
Hey, Dev wore a hoodie and his mom's throwing the singles in the hood of the sweatshirt. Like, keep walking, Dev. Keep walking.
Bro, back in the day, bro, it's like, you saw my mom walking Kmart, dude, like, that was, you knew what was going on. Same thing if she wrote a check, bro. So it just, you couldn't.
She was writing hot checks.
Oh, my God. One of the hottest check writers in St. Bernard Parish history. How did we get here?
You brought it. You brought us here because we were talking about edited music. Yeah.
All of a sudden,
Kmart,
both of my
Walmart.
mom shoplifted.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Wow.
I could go on about this for hours,
what's the coolest
dude.
thing she shoplifted if we're on the,
That was, those two things were pretty
That's pretty good.
memorable.
Yeah.
All things considered, think about that Afro Man CD. People still.
Yeah,
talk
Afro
about
Man's
that
name's
to
still in
this
the
day.
headlines. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, you saw that? That's
I did.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I have so many questions now.
All right. Shout out to Miss Mayo.
Yeah. She doing well?
She won't get you message. No. But thanks.
Wait, that message is not finding her, you're saying?
I don't think so. I don't.
All right.
Rest in peace, Chuck Norris, though, man. Good to
Oh, dude.
talk
man.
to y'all about that.
I know, man. That was so Dev, you didn't join us, but so when I first moved to Baton Rouge, started doing radio here, we had a show, we called it Hanging with Hester, and me and Flynn would do it 6 to 8 at night. And you can get a little loose 6 to 8 at night on radio, right? Nobody really is listening anyway, so you can talk about whatever you want to. And so we did a whole 2-hour show on Chuck Norris jokes, and it was based off Joe Burrow wrestling the tire away from Pete Warner when they were at Ohio State, and Joe Burrow was visiting LSU and he might come here. So we based our entire show off Joe Burrow / Chuck Norris jokes off that video, and we did 2 hours for Chuck Norris, and it was one of the most electric episodes you'll ever listen to.
Yeah, dude. I mean, growing up, that's the first time I ever saw Chuck Norris was in the Bruce Lee movies. My dad always had him on. So that was the first time I ever saw him, and I thought he was a bad dude then, you know? And then I started, Walker, Texas Ranger was always on the TV, you know? So, I mean, I don't know how many episodes they made of Walker, Texas Ranger, but it had to be in the thousands, dude.
Oh,
I mean,
my God, no doubt.
They never stopped.
It was, dude, it was constantly running. In my opinion, he was like the sheriff of the entire state of Texas. Couldn't tell me anything different, you know?
Like, for real. It's just a documentary.
Yeah, like, Flynn, you grew up in Texas, so, like, do people feel highly about Chuck Norris out there?
I mean, I think everybody really kind of thinks highly of Chuck. We certainly did. We certainly did. And to do what he did with those tight jeans, too, and boots on was, like, ultra impressive.
I mean, dude, he was like, this guy had, like, a Hollywood star fame, like, in 1989. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude been a legend. I mean, training partner, Bruce Lee, which is, you know, there's only so many people that interacted with Bruce Lee, and this dude trained with him.
I mean, he stayed relevant in multiple generations of people. I mean, whether it's the cameo at Dodgeball, and then, of course, the Chuck Norris jokes. Like, I mean, he just, multiple generations. Everybody knows Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
Pouring out, rip. Dev, so when we didn't get you, I believe it was yesterday, because Monday we were on location, so we were trying to hook up yesterday. I was like, well, maybe Dev stayed up late watching a little Raw, you know, a little WWE. Yeah. But turns out you were playing a game. You're playing a little video game. What game was that again?
Zombies. You know, I'm a traditional video game player, so I'm still playing zombies, dude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Call of Duty. But, you know, I've been ripping a lot of cards, too. So, literally been ripping cards until you can't buy them anymore. Like, when the stores all close, that's when I'm like, oh, damn, bro, day's over. Like,
what kind of cards? Yeah, what kind of cards? Tell us everything.
All right, so I'm on UFC, wrestling, football, of course.
Okay.
But, football? You know, really keen. Panini, Panini, let's see, Optic, Prism, let's see, got the Mosaics. But, you know, look, man, I've spent thousands and thousands and thousands on cards the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm still yet to, like, get that card, you know.
Once you do, Dev, if you're still doing it and you hadn't got that card yet, you're in trouble, brother, because when you do pull that $4,000 card and you get that little bit of that high, good luck turning that off.
Yeah, I'm starting to, like, question it, though, man. I got to be honest. I know this is, like, a common thing about people who rip cards and don't get nothing, but I just think that something about this is geographical. I can't help but think it, man. Like,
they know where they're sending.
Like, yes. Like, dude, why would you send a whole lot of, like, 1 out of 5s, 1 out of 1s to Metairie? You know? What made you... Yeah, when they looked at it, were they like, oh, yeah, man, they really got some high rollers over it. No, I mean, they sent them to California. They sent them to New York, you know. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking is going on, man, because, like, where's the John Jones 101 in Louisiana? It ain't happening.
Yeah.
And the breakers are getting a lot of them, too. I don't know.
The YouTubers.
The YouTubers. Get a little pub out there.
I can't stand them dudes, bro, because I go watch them, and they pull in UFC. The dude don't know any of the names. He can't say any of the names, but he's got 28 hobby boxes behind him. And I'm like, dude, this is just not right.
You're right. They can't say names. All right, Dad. So Flynn and I will text you. I think we got a couple of things that maybe can help you out a little bit, maybe what you're looking for. So we'll kind of text you maybe what to go out there and look for when you're going through boxes, and maybe we can get you that hit.
Yeah, man, I'll take anything.
Okay.
You know, I don't look. I just want a 1 of 10, 1 of 5 of anything, dude.
I just hit a gold vinyl Randy Moss to 5.
Oh wow.
Ooh, nice. Y'all want to see me turn this $500 box into a $75 hit? Watch this.
yeah.
All right, Dev, man. We appreciate you as always. I haven't laughed that hard in a very long time. Shout out to Miss Mayo for that laugh as well.
And Afro-Man.
We'll catch up again with you next week, brother.
All right, y'all take care.
All right, Devin Snow, a.k.a. Hold the Mayo, good enough to join us every week here on OTB. That got me. I was not ready for that.
That was
Dev
so good.
typically does that,
My
though.
God.
Man, that was good. All right, when we come back, Coach Kim Mulkey joins us live from Sacramento to break down LSU versus Duke in the Sweet 16 right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to centralplumbing.org, your one-stop plumbing shop, not only in Central and the entire greater Baton Rouge area. We are talking to you. That 24/7, 365 weekend game day holiday number is 225-500-0774. Now, when you go to the website, Matthew, you can click on Contact Us, and when you do, you click on Employment, and it's going to pull up opportunities for you.
Yeah, Central Plumbing, they are hiring quality, experienced, licensed plumbers. They're also hiring customer service reps. So if you are a people person and want to work with a fantastic company, go give them a call or go check them out at centralplumbing.org. So licensed plumber, customer service rep. So, and you want to work with a business that's been in business for 52 plus years, a third generation company. They know exactly every situation that can pop up. Lots of benefits, vacations, holiday pay, 401k, uniforms, iPads, supportive team environment with training, and a lot of growth opportunities. So go check them out, centralplumbing.org, centralplumbing.org.
Off the bench. Presented by Hood Dental.
All right, welcome back in OTB here on this Wednesday morning, brought to you by Hood Dental Care, hooddentalcare.com. Always a pleasure to catch up with our next guest. It is the head coach of LSU basketball, Coach Kim Mulkey. Good enough to join us from Sacramento this morning. Coach, we appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us.
Do you guys know what time it is here? I must love y'all to get up this early
That's
and
right.
talk basketball. But, you know, your time changed. So I've been tossing and turning every hour on the hour, and I'd look at the clock and go, I hadn't been sleeping but an hour. It's crazy. I just, my time is off whack. So it's all good. Beautiful here. Getting ready to go to breakfast with the team and watch some more film and go to practice and have a great day in California.
That's right, Coach, and it is early, and we certainly do appreciate you hopping on with us. Not going to be until a 9 o'clock tip, locally at least, for us here watching the game on Friday. And so, might have to switch the decaf coffee to fully leaded coffee on Friday just to make sure everybody's ready to go.
Yeah, it's there's 4:30 game, which is UCLA. And then who they play in Minnesota,
Mm-hmm.
and then us at 7. So it'll be a late night back home for everybody.
That's okay, though. We'll certainly be watching. Love the scenes from the PMAC over the last couple of games. So before, Coach, we break down this matchup with Duke, who you've played earlier in the year, just kind of going back and seeing the fans show up on Friday, certainly showing up on Sunday. It's something we talked a lot about last week with you. I know you had to appreciate your team's effort, your coach's effort, and then the fans' effort as well.
It was electric. It was what you hope all seniors get to experience. Well, you hope all your players get to experience that, but we've seen many of those nights in the PMAC in the last 5 years. But when it is the absolute last game of the season in the PMAC, and your seniors, Flage and Mama and Izzy, get to remember that. It is special, especially when it's the playoffs. And when you put on a performance like we did, man, you wish you could just bottle that up and take it with you, because it was just one of those games on both ends of the floor, defensively and offensively, where you go, wow.
Coach, you certainly you play the game, you coach the game for the wins, right, and for the team victories. But you had a record that y'all were able to set this past weekend. And I don't know like how you feel about records, but you scored 100 points for the 16th time, which is a Division I record. 16th time this season you've scored 100 points, which is incredible. Does that do anything for you? Does that make you proud, or is it just like, well, we got a job to finish here?
I won't ever even think of that record. It's just a team that scores a lot of points. Look, we scored points against sorry teams. We scored points against mediocre teams, and then good teams who did it in the playoffs a couple of times. I'll forget that record. I don't even think it's important. The records I will remember are all those conference championships at Baylor, 23, 11 of them in a row. The record of being at two institutions and winning national championships, getting to Elite Eights. I don't take those kind of things for granted. And but I won't remember all those points scored. I really won't.
Okay, Coach, I love that, and I think we probably all knew the answer to that question, but well, how much will you remember playing Duke earlier in the season? I ask it that way because, as you know, sometimes you play teams twice in the same year, even if they're not in your conference, and so it's always the back and forth, probably the mental gymnastics of, okay, that was early in the season. How much do we take from that game? How much do we take from Duke? Because at that time, right, they weren't playing like they were at the end of the season. And so when you're putting your game plan together for that team, how much do you go back because you do have a game against them, and how much is maybe the last, let's say, 10 games?
Well, you do take a lot from that game with the understanding they are better. They have fixed some things. But guess what? We're better as well. But you do take things from that game. Guys, they jumped on us like white on rice.
Yep.
We were down 14 or 15 to nothing or whatever it was, and we came back and won by double digits. And so, yes, indeed, you go back and you go, well, they're not going to change who they are and what they do. They're just going to perfect it more. It's a well-balanced team, a team that can score a lot of points, a team that plays tough defense. And I think we're the same kind of team. It was a high-scoring game. So I would imagine you're going to see a lot of the same things, but a little bit better version of each team.
Coach, you mentioned that you were about to get into meetings, get into a little film study. So Jake and I, the sport that we play, we had to be film junkies all the time. So when you get into prep work for a team and you have a couple of days to prepare and get your team ready, how much film work goes into it for the players? I know there's a lot from the coach's standpoint, but for the players, how much film work goes into it?
Y'all going to love this. I know you will. I put myself back to when I was a player. Don't bore me for hours and hours and hours in the film room because you're going to lose me. Get to the point. Show me the amount of film we need to see. Show it to me. Talk to me about a scouting report. What do we need to do individually? What do we need to do collectively? And let's get on the floor and let's go do it. Yeah. And I've always taken that approach with me. So let's just say initially, here we are, and we've been assigned this team, and we have not played this team. Let's don't use Duke or anybody we've played. Let's use Texas Tech, for example. We're going to get in that film room, and we're going to have it broken down in every area. Their fast breaks, their defensive philosophy, show how they defend. How many defenses do they do? Yeah. Transition defense. Are they good at that? You show all the little facets of the game, and then you go over the written scouting report, and you make them talk to you. You make them read what each one of those players' strengths and weaknesses are, because it's the players that they're going to have to guard. For example, if Jada's guarding number 2 or whatever, the point guard, she's got to read everything on there. And it's not a page. It's 6 to 8 points. And then you tell them on the right-hand side 4 or 5 things we're going to take away when you're guarding that young lady. And then we show them ways to win the game. Here's what we have to do collectively to win this basketball game. And then I would say max maybe an hour 45 minutes, and then you get on that floor and you do it. Then throughout the next 2 or 3 days that you have, you do 10, 15-minute little film sessions after breakfast or before, just throw it at them or just have it playing. Sometimes I'll have just a game playing on the bus or on the plane, not to bore them, but just to keep their mind on what we're doing right now.
Catching up with LSU basketball coach Kim Mulkey here on OTB. Coach, when you do have success like you had against a good Texas Tech team, a ranked basketball team, and the score ends up being what it is, I always love picking your brain on things like this because you've been through every situation. Is that something where you try to say, hey, listen, it's not going to be the same way. This is going to be a different game. This team's going to be this, that, and the other. Or do you try to keep that confidence up and you try to say, see, when you play your game, when you play our style, when you buy in, whatever it is, this is what you can do. How do you handle a game where you had so much success? Do you continue to highlight that, or do you try to let them know, hey, every game's going to be different. We got to hit reset and get ready for this game?
The way I approach it is you acknowledge what we did good to get to this point from the previous game. And then you put on that board, if what you did yesterday still looks big to you today, then you haven't done much today.
Yep.
Okay? Let's erase that. Here's what we have to do now for this opponent. And each step of the way, you acknowledge what you did good, you enjoy it in the moment, and then, boom, we got to get to work again. Let's go.
All right, Coach, give us a little bit of that scouting report that you talked to your girls about. Give us a little scouting report, just a quick overview of Duke's basketball team.
Duke is coached by Kara Lawson. For those that don't know, she'll be our next Olympic coach. Kara played for Pat Summitt at Tennessee, won her some national championships, been on the Olympic teams. Kara is very defensive-minded, but she has a team that, man, they take off, they run the floor, has post players that, run the floor hard, score a lot of points. And if you go back to our score when we played them last, we scored 90-something points against them. And, guys, we got down big time at their place. And I thought, woo! So poor Wally came off the bench and gave us a tremendous lift and spark. But, yeah, we expect the same kind of game. They like to pick you up in a full-court press. Well, Texas Tech liked that too, but they never really got a chance. We burned them a couple times, and then our defense was so good they never could score and get in their full-court press. So Duke obviously is going to be more offensively talented, I think, than Texas Tech, and it's going to be a typical Sweet 16 game. And the deeper you go, the harder it is, guys. A lot of these teams have a lot of older players, experienced players, seniors, and even nowadays, like Texas Tech, they have experienced transfers. And what do I mean by experience? People who played at this level that are either junior and seniors. So we've got experienced players, but we sure rely on our young ones as well.
Coach Kim Mulkey, good enough to join us from Sacramento. Coach, we can't thank you enough. We appreciate you changing the time and, still staying on Wednesday with us. We look forward to it every single week. Best of luck coming up on Friday. We're certainly all going to be watching here in Baton Rouge.
Guys, take care and have a great day.
All right, you as well. Kim Mulkey, good enough to join us here on OTB with Jake and the other guy.
It's not the other guy. My name is
Still a little upset y'all didn't ask her.
I mean, look,
I even
if
pulled
it was
up
like
the video in case y'all called.
If
for
it was the
I had
off
ready.
season, then yeah, probably. But just focus on Sweet 16. So last time that Matt asked her a question that nobody really understood, they went down to Texas.
Yeah.
So.
We talked about it. We thought about it. Jake made a good point. It could go one of two ways. It could go really good or really bad.
That's it. I felt like there
could
was
go
no
really
in
good.
between.
Somebody messaged me
Yeah.
last week when we were discussing it on air, and they said that y'all were being super beta about it.
What do you mean? What part?
Like that y'all wouldn't ask her.
If it was a different time of the year, but I want Coach focused on the main thing. The main thing's the main thing right now. And it wouldn't be my place to ask her. She knows who I am.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
She'd be like, yeah, Jake.
That's why she doesn't remember your name.
Or Hester, because she calls me by my last name.
Yeah. Hester and I got a lump in my throat.
Hester and
Another
I
fella.
feel like someone else was there, maybe.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It could have gone one or two ways.
Yeah.
Odds are it's been good.
Yeah.
But
I
also don't want to like embarrass her
yeah. Are you
or me.
anymore?
You know.
All right, we'll take a break.
I don't think it's embarrassing for her.
I do want to, quickly, the worst kept secret in Baton Rouge, talk about LSU's men's basketball situation.
You read my mind.
Yeah, because we do need to talk about
Okay.
it. And again, it is the worst kept secret. It's
What
been
happened?
the worst kept secret, and we all know the deal. We'll
You
talk
have a
about
general idea of it.
A general idea.
We'll
Got
talk about it when we
Smart.
come back
Come
on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to RussellPools.com, Russell Pool Company. It is the place that is going to give you your dream pool in your backyard. When you go to RussellPools.com, you can check out a gallery of work. You can check out pools they've done here in Louisiana, and maybe you find something that you didn't have on your dream pool that now you want to add to your dream pool. Also, you can check out the financing options on the homepage. Also, remember, it is the one-stop shop. It is the construction part of your pool. It's the build of your pool, and obviously like the design before you get there, but also afterwards, it's the maintenance of your pool over at RussellPools.com.
Oh my God, they are amazing over at Russell Pools, the best pool company in Louisiana. So if you are thinking about a project, if you've been kind of putting it off, like our family, I'm a great example. Like we've been wanting to do this pool for a couple of years. We just keep putting it off. But guess what? My kids keep getting older and older. So it's like we have got to start this project. Started talking to them. It's incredible. You can take any dream, any design, any thought of a pool. They can draw it with their landscape architects on staff over there. They can design it. They can maintain it. They can build. They can do everything. RussellPools.com.
Not against rappers, but we are against those thugs.
Off the bench. Presented by Hood Dental.
It's the Thuggish Ruggers Ball. It's the Thuggish Ruggers Ball. It's the Thuggish Ruggers Ball. It's the Thuggish Ruggers Ball.
You're feeling the strip for the rump, step bump, hit a funk, get a jump at the dust, just feel, just be thugging, straight buzzing, loving your peoples, cause we so real, chill, better bring your weapon, when stepping, bring on that ammunition, tripping, no sip.
All right, welcome back in. OTB, our Wednesday shows brought to you by Hood Dental Care. HoodDentalCare.com is the website. Remember, there's 6 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. Denham Springs, Watson, Livingston, Zachary has 2 locations. Check that out at HoodDentalCare.com. Schedule that appointment, top right corner of the website. If you are looking for the best dental care, go to Hood Dental Care. Again, HoodDentalCare.com. All right, let's talk about this LSU men's basketball situation. On 3, they just put out a post. LSU head basketball coach Matt McMahon's future is unclear. And when I said it's like the worst kept secret in Baton Rouge, we all know like the April 1st and when the buyout lowers, yada, yada, yada. We also know Will Wade is somebody that there's so many people that either were here or have come here that have been with Wade other places, a la McNeese, are now here that want Will Wade to be the next basketball coach. I think that is something that everybody can agree on. Like we all know that information. Now, why it's unclear is probably because like there's dollars and cents to this deal, and you pass the hat and you're like making some calls. And I think over the next, I would say 2 days, 3 days, you'll probably have a clear answer because you're going to see, does somebody want to wait out till April 1st for the buyouts to go down? That's for multiple buyouts, not just the guy that's here. Or are you going to go ahead and pull the trigger? So I think you'll know something, honestly, in the next couple of days. And if it's not Will Wade, then I think Matt McMahon probably comes back. And if Will Wade wants to come here again and they can make it make sense and they can get the donations in the hat.
So we're boom or bust.
That's what it feels like.
So we're either going to be basketball fans or not. Is that what we're
That's
saying?
also what it feels like, too. And look, and I know it's kind of bluntly put, but that's the way it is. And again, most of you already knew this information. It's been out there for a while. And so anybody that's like, I've been told by sources. No, everybody knows that.
We didn't break it?
No, everybody
That Will
knows
Wade
that.
might come?
Everybody knows the April 1st deadline and Matt's
They didn't
buyout
know.
and Will's buyout at NC State change on April the 1st.
People already knew that Will Wade might come depending on if he gets a bunch of money.
Well, if
And we gotta find that
LSU
money.
can buy out their basketball coach and also buy out his
him.
contract at NC State and then
Give him a
money
contract.
and give him money for a staff. How many people care about LSU basketball? How many people with deep pockets care about LSU basketball?
I think
It's
it's
easy.
like-
It's the simple math of it.
I think it's like fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Don't ever doubt.
Actually, George W. Bush said, "Well, you're not going to fool me
You're not gonna
twice."
fool me twice. But like,
I think it's Texas or in Tennessee.
I just what I've learned, you fooled me during football season.
Yeah.
You're not going to fool me again. If LSU wants the money, they're going to find the money. That's what we have learned.
Yeah.
That is our.
The
Well,
state
and it's
has
also
endless
like
amounts of money.
whenever the Lane Kiffin stuff was starting to really, really ramp up, where there's smoke, there's fire, you know? And for a really long time, people were in denial about it, about Lane Kiffin. And then inside, like the Ole Miss insiders started to kind of like change their tune a little bit. NC State journalists and people that cover NC State over there are all basically like, yeah, it's happening.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So once they start to like kind of change their tune, because last week they were adamant. They were like, no, he's staying here. He loves Raleigh. He like his wife's family is an hour down the road, whatever.
Yep.
Where there's smoke, there's fire for me.
And that's the thing. It's that is what is happening. Everybody can connect the dots. There's a price tag, and Will Wade will come for a price tag. Well, LSU is making calls to the people that could potentially pay and say, "Hey, do you want to do this or not?" So the waiting game is waiting
and also
on
the
those.
buyout too. Like they got to get all the buyout money. They got to get Will Wade's money, staff money.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They are calling people they're calling the folks that would write those checks and saying, "Do you want to do this or not? Do you want to do this or not?" And if they get enough yeses, then they do it. So if you know any of those people,
Will
you
Wade
want them,
was
call them.
20-14 this year, made it to the NCAA tournament. The year before, NC State was 12-19 and 5-15 in the ACC. So certainly turned around that program. So look, again, April 1st, that's a date to pay attention to, but this could happen in the next 48 to 72 hours if it does go down. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. We love you. We thank you. Enjoy the rest
Love
of your
the
day.
USA.
Go America.
Off the bench.
All right, go to rouses.com as well. Go to rouses.com. When you go into the website, always remember you check out that
You
location.
can't grocery shop on a website, though.
Hey, yeah, you can't actually grocery shop on the website, but what you can do is you can find the location that is convenient for you. And once you do find that location, it's going to pull up all the weekly specials for your location. And so you can go in and know exactly what you're hunting for, but the chances are you're going to find much more because it is set up for your convenience. They've got the breakfast bar, lunch bar, rotisserie chicken, salad bar, sushi bar, pre-made meals, all ready to go for you at Rouse's. They've got so much local as well, including My High. Ever heard of it? You should have. Go to rouses.com.
Right, Rouse's. Go to Rouse. Like it's a local grocery store started here. They're doing incredible things. That business has been booming because they do things the right way. We'd go there on remotes, and there'd be like 40 people working there at 6 a.m. getting ready for you, getting that grocery store ready for all your needs. So go check them out. Do your shopping right there at Rouse's Markets.